Tom Harris joining us in about 8 minutes. He's there at the Copenhagen World Government Summit. I tell you, all this mainstream media that's still trying to say there's no world government, they look really stupid. As the UN and others openly announce it, they haven't quite gotten their propaganda together. I think it's great. But G. Edward, in the last 6-7 minutes we have with you, I want to give you the floor. We were talking during the break. You said it is really coming to a head. And I agree with the long view of history. They're not going to give up overnight. But I've given the analogy of ClimateGate being the Death Star plans getting out. And now, with their whole program in disarray, the Death Star is blown up. But they're still Imperial Star Destroyers. The Empire's still occupying all our systems. They're still in all our nations. But it's shown the rebellion that if we can blow up one of their biggest operations in the info war, we can destroy these people. We can defeat them with the truth.
That's so true. And what can I add to that, except that the thought that's always on my mind is it's relatively easy for people to know what they don't want. We can see this growing tyranny. We can see the lies. We can see the deceit. We can see the increasing taxes. We can see the devastation of our purchasing power of our monetary unit. We can see the dumbing down of the kids in school. We can see all of these things, and we know we don't want that. And so it's easy, relatively easy, to get people networked together and organized together. We're going to fight this. We're going to bring these people down. I long to hear people talk about what are we going to replace it with. I want to hear more.
Congress controlling our currency, cutting down the size of government, getting state sovereignty, getting rid of the government-run public schools, not making the superheroes be sports people or actors, but being inventors again, getting back to a Renaissance society.
Exactly. And also even deeper than that, we could go and talk about political principles. What is the proper function of the state? What is the ideal system? Where did our system go wrong, or did it go wrong? These are the things that I want to hear more in the debate. And I recognize you have to mobilize people on the flashpoint, the anger point. You know, this is what they don't like. But the reason I created Freedom Force, as you so well know, is because I wanted people to think about the political and ideological principles, the things that we should be building into the system after we recapture control of it, and we have a chance to create a better system. What will it be? What would it look like, you see? And I always want people to learn and think about the differences between collectivism and individualism. I want to hear those words used more often.
And we've got to educate people the horrors of collectivism. We know this animal kills people, enslaves people. Misery and pain is its children.
Yes, and what I want to see is for people to recognize that this is the same animal, whether it is in Nazi Germany or Red China, even today, or in Cuba, or if it's growing in the United States. It's just the same animal. So that's what I want to have people think about. What is collectivism? And because once you understand the principles of collectivism, you will not tolerate its growth even in your own country. So yes, I'm optimistic about this rising tide of resistance to the growing tyranny. But now I think it's time for us to really focus on having people recognize on the positive things we want to replace it with.
And Freedom Force International does that. Give us your family of websites.
Yeah, it is a family of websites. The Freedom Force website is where we call it the think tank of our little world, and that's freedomforceinternational.org. A lot of material there to read and study. The commercial site is Reality Zone. That's where people can buy our audios and our videos and our books, and that's realityzone.com. And of course, we invite everybody to take our free weekly newsletter, and that's called The Unfiltered News. And they can get that simply by going to Reality Zone on the landing page, and they can see a
lot of great material. You've been fighting this collectivist takeover for more than 40 years. You're speaking tonight at Brave New Books in Austin, and Saturday at the Courtyard Austin downtown, 9:45 in the morning. People should get there earlier than that, though. G. Edward-Griffin, thank you for coming into studio with us.
Thank you, Alex. It's always a pleasure to be here. Keep it up.
I'll try. You keep it up, too. You're a real tiger in the fight for liberty. Had Lord Monckton on today. You've been in studio. This has been amazing. Thank you, G. Edward-Griffin.
Thank you.